Hello, welcome back. Last time I think I got about as far as I felt like I reasonably could in Chasm, which is pretty far. I only got 4 puzzles unsolved, one that I haven't seen yet. So, probably gonna regret this decision, but for some reason today I am in the mood to try and make some headway in this pile of wreckage that I've left behind me. Is Deep Forest the first place where I have unsolved things? I did finish Forest of Fall? I did finish Forest of Fall. Cool. Okay. So I think that's a yes, right. So that's final down there. Not gonna poke at that yet. I don't know when will feel like the right time for that, but now does not. So this one here, lock the door. It's been a while since I looked at that. Let's see if I can have any new insights about it. My recollection was that, right, so fungus is a problem. It becomes defeat. Love is currently defeat, which doesn't matter because I have no particular reason to step there. The whole thing I was trying to do before was to somehow use belts or bug, which both can be push or shift or whatever I want. Somehow use those to get that fungus out of there. But the principle it seemed like I learned was that since it's in a corner like this, I can never face away from a wall. Yeah, so Baba's back cannot be put to a wall. Nor can anyone else's who I control, unless I have directional commands, right? Or, you know, they start that way. How could that be false? If the wall moves, so hedges stop. It's the only hedge-related thing, it's inaccessible to me, so I don't think this wall is going to move. If I'm pushed. So yeah, like, in a lot of games that involve pushing is a tool that you use to face something one way and then move them a different way, but in this particular game, that convention is not followed, in that when something gets pushed, it refaces. So, if I want to get this belt out of here, I can very easily make it push. Oh right, and I can move the trees around, so with my new knowledge of what objects that have no rules about them do, things that are weak would die on the trees. There isn't a weak keyword in here, so that would have no effect. Yeah, I don't think anything else that I currently know about would interact with objects that are otherwise inactive. Okay, right, so if bug is shift, then that conveyor will... What? Whoa! 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 Discovery! What? 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 Check it out. That changed facing... before shifting. I can't stop it shifting. But that sure is a discovery. What the heck? Okay, well, so, what? Why did that happen? Is this a processing order thing? If belt were shift instead... Well, it's against a wall, so I can't see it. Ah, what? Why? Why is this? That seems so wrong. Okay, so... alright. I made a discovery. I have something to play with. This doesn't feel right. Gonna have to find a way to understand this. Okay, so you're facing like that now. Against a wall... Doesn't help me, though. But let's take the time to understand it. So belt... So Baba is shift currently. If I put these things on top of each other like this, So in open space, if belt is shift for a turn, bug faces that way before being pushed off it, but I can't stop it. Is that okay? Why does this happen this way? So if the bug's already facing that way, then surely this will immediately shift it. No! So that happens a turn later. There's some processing order weirdness here. What can I learn from, like, if I do, like, this? They put text on top of me? Is that useful? I don't see how. Or do I? Well, no. No, I don't. That's the answer. Okay, so what if... Okay, that gives me some new ideas, though. Actually, yeah, things are happening. Why did I reset? What's wrong with me? It's a bad habit of mine that I should really get over one of these days. Bug. Stop being push. So I'm thinking now... What if I make some form of blockage up here, so that Baba can or like here, somewhere, so that somebody can sit here, push against that north wall, which would become a wall by some means or other. Okay, let's start with this. Oh, I can't become bug or belt. Only Baba can be you. So, of course, if I could move the bug or the belt up there, then I could move the fungus just as easily. So that doesn't help me, does it? Okay, This one turn delay and the facing change in the middle probably doesn't change anything, just because, like, I suspect if that's how the rules are evaluated, then I can't, like, change anything in that interval. Like, it's always going to be the same part of the turn where Baba, or where things get shifted, and where Baba moves. So it really doesn't matter. It's just my frame of reference, like where I'm looking at the time when the shift happens. Like, Baba's turn happens to come before the shift actually applies. But that doesn't matter, because then that means since Baba's turn comes before that happens, I've already seen that changing that rule back doesn't prevent the shift. So, like, it'll still queue up a shift and do it, it just does it late. So it's still one unit of shift, just the same, so I don't think that makes a difference. So if belt is shift and bug is push and belt is somewhere else. I don't think this helps anything, but let's just see. Sorry, tree, I moved you. Enjoy your new home. What am I doing? I know what I'm doing. So belt is shift. Bug is push. I had some weird half-baked plan here that I don't think is going to do anything useful. Let's try it in a different spot. I've tried stuff like this before. What I'm trying to see is if I can make a construct out of this that will act like a wall. If I do this... No, we just overlap. Whoa. Is that anything? I pressed left and that happened. So effectively Baba moved there, then moved here pushing the bug this way. Not useful. Still doesn't let me face another way to shift this fungus out of here. Yeah, I was hoping like bug would push, then be shifted, then would block Baba so I could like face west when I wasn't previously facing west, but that's not what happens. Alright. So, and in order for shift to face something the way I want it to face, the thing that shifts would already have to be facing that way in that position. So that doesn't help. There's no move. You can only be one thing. Shift could be two, I mean... It doesn't do anything, though. But wait, does it? Do I see something? No, text is float, so no. Since text is float, text can't be shifted by that. Don't do that. Watch your bad habits. So there's this point that I was trying to make in a video I put up earlier today, that I didn't have time to make. I'm coming to understand puzzles in terms of labor. This is a puzzle. I am attempting to use labor to solve this puzzle that I have not had the insight to solve the non-laborious way, essentially. And it doesn't feel great, and really usually doesn't have good results. However, sometimes it can work. It just feels very bad to do like that. And it's too late. So if that could happen 2 turns later... Anyway, yeah, so I feel like I would typically want to say that a well-designed puzzle, in a way that I'm going to define well-designed, should involve as little labor as possible, typically. However, this game's puzzles are heavy on insight. Labor cannot make up for lack of insight, usually, unless you, in your laboring, you flounder around enough to just stumble onto something that leads to an insight. However, the amount of labor as input that's required for that to happen tends to be extremely high. Okay, so other things I could do with this setup. Probably nothing useful, but let's pretend for a moment. And yeah, go through the motions, do the labor, to see if I can be led to something else here. This doesn't make any difference. This is the same thing as what I was doing before, effectively. Let's see... Yeah, so same effect. Text is float, so it can't be part of a conveyor chain. Like, this kind of thing is about the only thing I can come up with. There's only one conveyor. Can I duplicate objects somehow here? Since only Baba can be you, due to this. Is that true? Ooh, I got a crazy idea. I got a crazy idea. Oh! Oh, and this is less crazy than I thought. Now, hang on. So, hold that assertion I just made, where only Baba can be you. Isn't there some way for this to put me under the text? It's not doing it, but isn't there some way... I got under text a moment ago, because the text shifted onto me. That doesn't go under the text. How did that happen? I was under text recently. How did I do it? No, seriously, how did I do it? Baba overlapped with text. How? Trying to find a way I can overlap with this text, split the Baba out, and replace it with something else, which would require some, like, simultaneous... Oh, no, that would require text to shift, and it doesn't because it floats. So I don't think that'll lead me to anything other than death. But if Baba could overlap with text, could text overlap with text? Could I, like, paste another word in this onto this tile, and be two things at once? How did I do that? How did I get under text? I know it happened. Let's see, I got underneath the bug by... Oh, whoa. Hold up. Property of ruleless tree is that it pushes text when shifted? Do trees push other trees when shifted? No. But it pushes text. It pushes text. I think I knew this once but forgot. So while shifting, even a ruleless object briefly becomes solid. So it propagates its shift to the next object. Two things can be shift at once. I'm trying to figure out how I can use, like, tree to prolong my shift so that I could do the thing I was doing here where I make something into a shifter and then it takes it a moment to process everything that gets the fungus here. I would need to elongate it by 2 turns though, and I can only see this ever elongating by 1. And even then... Oh, wait! So are the trees the key? So if trees were the key... If trees were the key and I did something like... this, and then, trees, please just, like, go away for a moment. What will happen when I do this? nothing, because that bug doesn't overlap with the belts. No, that's still all gonna happen at once. Right, so what I wanted was like tree intersecting with something. Yeah, okay, so I see what I wanted. What I was trying to set up was more like... So this tree is irrelevant. In fact, it's actually in my way. So I need that tree out of there. Here. Okay, so belt, UB push. Think I got something going with at least a 2-turn delay. Let's see what happens when the rule changes to defeat while Baba is standing on the fungus. I don't know the turn evaluation order precedence of that. Gonna have belt here. Gonna have bug here facing this way and a tree on top of that bug. So they'll both be shift, and it'll take a turn before the tree gets to pushing the fungus. So to get the bug out, I do this. If this is it, then I'm not sure how I feel about this, because this is like super weird and obscure. It's kind of cool, but it feels to me a little more like building a puzzle around like quirks and not necessarily bugs, but well, there's a bug in this puzzle, but not necessarily bugs in the game, but just like really weird implications of how the rules work. That could also mean that I'm doing an unofficial solution here. So it worked, but I died. Okay, that was one of 2 valid answers, the more likely of the 2, honestly. Could I do that 1 turn later? Would something be different? Oh, yes, oh, check it out. No, this doesn't make a difference, does it? Hang on. Okay, so observe, watch closely. Tree's still there. Tree shifts, tree shifts. So right, at the moment I phrase the rule, the tree is still there. That tree faced to the right in that turn. You can't see because the tree looks the same from all sides. But now hang on, can I do something with that? Let's rephrase this slightly. I don't know yet if this labor is leading me toward an insight. But it might be. So if I redo this with a slightly different configuration, this time, let's see, I want bug as push. What do I want to do with the tree? Doesn't matter. I can set it up later. So this time, if I put the bug like that, I'm wondering if that's going to make a difference. And also, ooh, who will take precedence if the tree... So I'm going to put the tree here, facing south. Why not? I almost hope this doesn't work. It feels like it shouldn't. At least it's not too hard to set up. Bug faces that way. All at once. Oh, they shift each other. They shift each other. That's how you do it. Check it out. My labor led me to an insight. False. My labor led me to discover something completely new. I couldn't have had insight about this. Probably. Maybe I could have. Okay. So that's cool. Alright. So 2 overlapping, shifting objects. The tree will come along just for fun. Well, I got it. Alright. So I made a self-driving car here. The tree came off. Oh, The tree gets scooted along sometimes, but not always. Alright, well, you know what? That was cool. I feel way the heck better about the two overlapping shifters. I can't even talk now. That shift each other. Than I did about the weird turn evaluation order thing. Okay, wow. That took a while. Let me quit while I'm ahead. I made a dent in my wreckage. I labored until I found a discovery. Let's coin that word. So that was not an insight, that was a discovery. But the discovery led to an insight that I could use the discovery to... But I'd already had that insight. Like if I had a delayed object that would slowly move over here. So what that did was it turned that into an object with the move property, kind of. Yeah, so two overlapping objects with shift, in a way, turn into one object with move that doesn't turn around when it hits a wall. Wow, these rules go deep. Cool. Okay, well, yeah, alright, I'm satisfied with that, I guess. Next time maybe I'll tackle Lovely House. More likely I'm going to be in the mood to go to a volcanic cavern, but one of those things. I'll see you then.